What is up, everybody? Welcome back. We are live on scene. Yesterday I messed up. Well, I didn't. Music player messed up, defaulted to not YouTube safe mode, so I'm making sure I don't make that mistake again. Don't really want any trouble with YouTube and music. They don't mess around with music. There we go. Got a good volume. What's up, everybody? Welcome back, welcome. Everyone's finding their way back into the stream, excellent. Because we are live. Hopefully we, well, I mean, I don't know, do we want another wave of our Turkish fam? I mean, I'd be alright with it, but more Turks, more bots, either way. Everyone's welcome here. So we have a, kind of a special situation going on. Not unusual, but it's something we have not seen to date in, well, quite some time. We're watching Bitcoin really do nothing, taking a breather for once. Alts are enjoying it. Can't say I'm upset about it. Bitcoin trading sideways. 39,000 to 41,000 range. And what we are seeing is Bitcoin dominance, with a bearish engulfing daily. And I'm sure everyone's noticed it. We see altcoins stretching their wings. Ethereum breaking 1,300. Bitcoin Cash trading about up to $600. Litecoin retested, broke a little higher than 175. The market is rejoicing. Alts are finally being given a little room to breathe, and they are showing their appreciation with the gains today. Awesome. Let's get through it quick, guys. If you have not yet, please hit that like button. Hype up the stream. Let's get in front of as many viewers as we can. And you can help that by hitting the like button, sharing the stream, letting everybody know we're going live. I appreciate everybody who is here. Look forward to a fun night with everybody. Discord. Make sure you're in Discord if you're new here. Keep up with our daily live streams by joining Discord. Link is pinned to the top of the chat. Along with, I guess in addition to, the patron. Real quick, Shill, we'll get into the charts here. Patron, one-on-one, crypto mentoring with me, Tom Crown. Daily exclusive daily publishes of technical analysis, trade setups, macro market analysis, all kinds of goodies. We are 130, 140, I don't even know anymore, strong. And always looking to expand our fam. It's still early in the month, so it is still an excellent time to sign up. There we go, Shill's out of the way. That's the worst part. I need to just record that. Someone help me with that. Let's just record that Shill. I'll just play it, and I don't even have to do it. Actually, that'd be amazing. So, usually, this is the part of the show where we would do a super in-depth analysis on Bitcoin. Look at every time frame, see what's going on. But, I don't think we need that. I don't think that's as important right now. Let's just, real quick, take a look at just general time frames. We're not going to spend too much here because alts are stealing the show. Bitcoin with an hour and 35 minutes left in the daily. Looking to close roughly where it opened, so lines up with our thinking here that when Bitcoin trades sideways, that's the time where alts tend to do well, tend to retake some of their losses versus Bitcoin. And we are seeing that in action today. I will say it is a little surprising. Typically I would expect this transition, Bitcoin relaxing, altcoins pumping. I would expect that to take longer than one daily candle, so this is a little odd. Currently on the daily, if we close where we are right now, we do see waning momentum. 12-hour, same deal, though to me is actually looking kind of flaggish. We can see higher lows and lower highs. Actually today, higher high. Either way, spicy that, the 12-hour, reflecting exactly what we're seeing on the daily. flat doji, basically opening exactly, or basically closing exactly where they were opening, with wicks in the top and bottom. Rather spicy. Momentum slowing down on the 12-hour. We're going through these quick because we got more to look at today. Let's just throw these on. There we go. 6-hour just flipping over to selling momentum. Oddly, price not moving, but as you can see here on the 6-hour, price is approaching or is at 6-hour resistance. We see multiple candle closes and opens there. That's the dead giveaway. 6-hour Ichi, 39,091, exactly where it was, I believe, last time we looked at it, so not a lot of change there. 4-hour as well, trailing, keeping up with Ichimoku Cloud's recommendation of trend, I suppose we can call it. So all is well still on the 4-hour, though. We do see continued selling in the last 5 candles. We have an hour and a half left in this one, but selling momentum continues to increase, yet price is not having it. Really not interested. Why is this music so loud? Sorry about that. I don't understand. I just don't get it. It's set to 2% volume, yet it's whatever anyway. 2-hour. We're on the 2-hour. We like to look at a random time frame. 2-hour, we saw selling momentum wane off, but then in this candle, with an hour and a half to go, we see the possibility of selling momentum increasing yet again. However, 30 minutes in, we have 75% left of this candle. Really way too early to call. Would not surprise me to see this close up. And if we zoom into the hourly, we may get a better idea. We did have a 1-hour Ichimoku Cloud cross above the clouds. It is a very bullish signal. Did not really get the price action we would expect from that at this point. The 1-hour, very reflective of the 2-hour. We saw rolling over. We saw selling momentum. Apex, pull back in. And now with this same candle, kind of throwing us through a loop here. We see selling momentum potentially picking back up. Same as we saw in the 2-hour. So, as always, this daily close is going to be very important to price. Really not a lot going on here in the lower time frames. Pretty much just trading sideways. And that leads us into pretty much the whole concept of today's video is alts making moves. So we're going to spend most of our time here today focused on those. 2-hour, all right. There's only one value here that I do want to mark. The 2-hour 20 moving average, as it does seem that price is flirting with that level, so I just want to keep an eye on it. All right, let's rock and roll. What's up first? Ethereum. Let's look at Ethereum. Yesterday's stream, we were looking at Ethereum. It appeared to be flagging out. We set our sights on the all-time high, and apparently Ethereum was on the same page as us. Downfall 1337, very elite. Thanks for joining us, brother, over on Twitch. Thanks for the follow. Good reminder for everyone else watching out there. If you haven't followed or subscribed yet, please jump on the train. We broke 17,000 subscribers in yesterday's live stream. Wonderful. Mooning with Bitcoin, it seems. 17,000. We were at 15,000 not even a month ago. So we're blowing up, and that's thanks to all you awesome viewers out there. Love you guys. Ethereum. So we do see a new high. However, we have not broken the all-time high at 1,419. We do have a new multi-year high here, trading up to 1,310 before seeing a little selling, but we were looking for it yesterday. We're looking for the test of the all-time high. Bitcoin has more than doubled its 2017 all-time high, previous all-time high. And to see alts retest their USD highs makes sense. That's logical. This wasn't a magic call. I mean, maybe I kind of know what I'm talking about with this. You know, there's nothing mystical about this. Bitcoin's done it. It's way more than done it. Doubled it. It makes sense to see alts return, at least relatively speaking, to their all-time highs as well. And Ethereum on board with our call. Looking from yesterday, we do see the 4-hour trading above the 20 moving average middle Bollinger Band before making this move. And as we spotted in the stream on MACD, we saw a lower swing low. And on RSI, maybe not. On MACD, we saw a lower swing low, suggesting bullish divergence here on Ethereum between the lows of late December, early January, and the recent lows here in, I guess, January 8th. This year is already setting up to feel forever. I mean, it's only been 9 days. I feel like it's been a month. We did have the divergence on RSI. Look at me. I'm too excited. After blasting through the Ethereum void up to our 1105 target, no chill. We see the 4-hour what was I saying? 4 hours rolling over. We see a loss of momentum on the sell side as Ethereum pushes higher, not even back in buying territory, without the exception of kind of unforeseen selling out of nowhere. Ethereum seems all but ready to test its all-time high as we see the 4-hour continue to wane selling momentum. We did have, I stand corrected, we did have bullish divergence on RSI. And we actually had it not just between the 5th and the 8th yesterday, but we also had it locally. We see a series of lower RSI lows with a series of higher lows in Ethereum price. So this had all kinds of bullish divergence going on at the same time. And that clearly played out. TA respected, I suppose. Look. Are these longer time frames on Ethereum really going to tell us anything? Daily is looking to close bullish engulfed. Beautiful. Beautiful sign that all-time high is being tested, or looking to be tested. Ethereum Bitcoin pair. So this is really the focus of the show today. We see Bitcoin dominance relaxing, letting go some of its gains, meaning Bitcoin is representing a less percent portion of the total market cap. Does not necessarily mean Bitcoin is going down. Doesn't necessarily mean that total market cap is going down. Simply the distribution of value of the total market cap. Currently in a bearish engulfed candle at 69.53, or in layman's terms, Bitcoin's market cap represents 69.5% of the total crypto market cap. And as such, we are seeing Bitcoin pairs like Ethereum pop out of nowhere, regaining some of their strength from earlier. Daily close on Ethereum Bitcoin pair here. This would be really nice, a really solid close, but we aren't quite seeing it yet on our indicators, at least for the daily. We see that even at today's close, this is still potentially a loss of momentum. There's not really much to worry about, but we do want to see these indicators start picking up, especially if Ethereum plans to continue this. Let's see, do we have some divergence? No. Actually, we came off divergence, but this was so long ago, who even cares? That was like a week ago. Honestly, setting its sights on a close above 0.31 will be a beautiful close. We can see that the previous daily candle opened, sold off there, and today bullish engulfed what was previously support, then resistance, and support, back and forth. So close above that level sets it up rather well. We do have resistance above still at 0.343, and then we have our target that has been sitting here forever up at 0.36 to 0.39, and because we have a swing high to a swing low now, we didn't have this before confirmed, but now we do. We can actually use our fib tool and see if maybe we have a new measured move, and so that does suggest an even higher value, 0.422. That would be trading above September 2020's Ethereum Bitcoin pair high, and that would definitely be a good feeling for the Ethereum holders out there. I know there are many, so my eyes are peeled on this close, hour and a half I want to see this go. I want to see it close strong, and let's keep this spice going. So I'm going to set alerts in case anything wild happens while we're streaming. There we go. Ethereum. So let's check this out. Weekly off bullish engulfing off of the support that we pegged out here, and this is what we like to see. Our weekly MACD has been in selling, so that's not ideal, but we do see it wane off again, potentially for the second week in a row. Looking to flip back to the buying side, or back to buying momentum, would likely spell a very large move from Ethereum Bitcoin pair. And we look at it zoomed out. Our measured move from the August high to December low, we may be setting our sights as high as 0.72, which is a ridiculous gain. I'm gonna set an alert there. Sometimes these things sneak up on you. Awesome. RSI on the weekly is still so low, so much room to run. 54.96, barely even heated up at these levels. With a day and 2 hours to go, anything can happen here. Throughout this bull run, we don't have the full chart history, but throughout this bull run, from today until the moment the bear market starts in the future, wherever that is, fully expecting Ethereum to trade back towards this Bitcoin Ethereum pair highs at some point. The apex of that is likely towards the end of the bull cycle, but so far this bull cycle has been unlike anything we've seen, and so maybe the assumptions we've made in the past aren't going to apply. Who knows? One day at a time. Let's take a look at Litecoin following suit, but not with the same energy. We see Litecoin actually didn't put in a new high today. I was mistaken, and dollar pair did not break it 181. But we do see on our Bitcoin pair here for Litecoin a similar, obviously not quite as strong as this Ethereum Bitcoin candle today, but we do see a similar bullish engulfing candle off of what is a pretty well established support area or zone of 0.04 on the Litecoin Bitcoin pair. And in similar fashion, this is still like Ethereum, suggesting that selling momentum is continuing. And so I think the next 24 hours here into the new weekly are going to be very interesting. 12-hour showing a loss of momentum. I would really like to see Litecoin close above at least the 100 daily moving average here in Bitcoin pair at 0.043. Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash. We got it. We got it. We called this. The amount of calls we made is insane. Very nice. Dershab. What's up, brother? Thank you for subscribing. Welcome. Thank you. Good to have you here. Another live awesome call that we've made. Bitcoin Cash. Again, doing the same thing last time when we made this call. Not quite touching our resistance, pulling back, and then finally touching it, maybe looking for a repeat here. But we were looking for a close above 443. And when we got it, we said our next target, we get that close, we're looking at 683. Massive move. Really caught my attention today. Traded up to $654. But who cares about dollars, man? We're here for Satoshis. Bitcoin pair looking actually phenomenal, which is not something I thought I would be saying here in the first quarter of 2021. But Bitcoin pair here finally showing some signs of life. This thing was a wet noodle, just a freaking noodle for the longest time. We zoom out on the Bitcoin Cash BCH Bitcoin pair. We can see that this has been a trail of tears for quite some time. Literally just moving down. We did have a little fake out bounce at the end of 2019 and at the end of 2018. Oddly, almost exactly the same timing. That is striking. Weirdly, didn't get it this year, or last year in 2020, but striking. Pretty clear trend. Pretty clear trend there. Finally looking to potentially break it here with a higher high. Maybe the first significant higher high really since 2019 ended. I wouldn't want to say that this is clear sailing for BCH at this point, but the bottom it put in is absolutely looking gorgeous. You can call this an Adam and Eve bottom if you'd like. We have a V shape. A V shape followed by a U shape, a lower volume, more curved bottom, both touching virtually the exact same point. And then you get this solid buying candle out of nowhere. It has the volume. It's broken at least some local descending high trends that were created in November, and closed a 4-hour above them. So this coin went from, actually I've been saying this is an undervalued coin even though I don't really like it. It's not a personal favorite of mine, but looks to be going from an undervalued coin to finding where it fits back in this puzzle of crypto we have going on here. Let's do, how about we look at let's look at the measure move here. 0.187. Man, that would be not really that awesome of a move, unfortunately. I would like to see more gain than that. Maybe the weekly has some notes for us. Not really. Not really. We have potential weekly resistance and what was support, now resistance up at 0.2. Okay, that makes some sense. 0.2, psychological. Especially when you found your bottom at 0.1. That's a 100% move. Very psychological. That's likely my target. That'd likely be my target if we close this weekly in this condition. Preferably looking for that weekly close above 0.1489. That would be my preference. That would make me feel much more comfortable about setting 0.2 as our target. But that is a beautiful bottom, guys. I'm not a bottom guy. Not a bottom man, but that's a beautiful bottom. That's on the weekly. We see two clean touches with, on the left side, a large-bodied red candle. On the right side, large-bodied green candle. And in the middle, that reversal doji. This is on the weekly. This can be a potential beautiful setup. Weekly selling momentum rolling over. You know, this is the first signs of the alt season. First signs. That monthly resistance lining up pretty well with what we were looking at 0.14. 0.1489, we're looking for the close. That's on the weekly, so there's still multiple 4-hour candles to go. But, man, this came out of nowhere. Came out of nowhere strong. Virtually guaranteed at this point to close bullish engulfing. Though we did see that in the 3rd of January, and it didn't really get us anywhere. Coming off daily bullish divergence on its lows. I mean, the technicals were there. The undervaluation was obvious as it continued to put in new Bitcoin pair lows. But the problem is, as you break all-time lows in Bitcoin pair, you're catching a knife. There's nothing to support you. There's nothing to really give you confidence in trading or entering a trade at those levels. So I guess congrats to anyone who caught this knife. I hope it continues moving for you. Oh, there's a... Yeah, this is a serious... We even see it on the daily twice here, actually. Let's make this a real resistance. I would like to see today close above 0.1489. That would be a beautiful close. Very close to the current price. We can see on the daily acted as resistance twice before selling off. This is also visible on the weekly. Let's see. Let's take that as the retrace and see what our retrace looks like. There we go. There we go. Now our measured move lines up much better with this fib, though admittedly that is kind of just that was kind of fitting it. Chart will show you anything. You want to see something, the chart will show you. You have to always be careful. So I'm going to watch this close. In fact, I'm going to set an alert. I forget what. Yeah, chirpy, sure. If we get this close, we are looking for this target. Easy as that. Moving on, what's up? Maker. Catching our attention again for the second day in a row. Again, kind of out of nowhere. I can't remember the last time I heard anyone talk about Maker before yesterday and today, and now blasting. What does this remind me of? Ethereum USD. Similar to Ethereum, Maker USD. Let's make this together so I'm not so confused. We can see coming off that exact same red doji candle, small red bodied and top and bottom wicked, coming off that candle into a strong green bullish engulf daily. Momentum looks good on Maker, continuing to set higher highs on RSI, continuing to show momentum is still moving upwards. RSI in agreement. This thing is caught some bids. Maker's a very low supply cap coin, to my knowledge, and that is essentially why we see 1400 on it, though I guess that isn't as crazy. Before the Wi-Fi's and super micro supply cap coins came out, Maker was always looked at weirdly for how high of a dollar value it had, and that is due to the supply. It's a low supply coin, and thus its market cap is divided by a smaller number, and that sets the price per coin. Let's see if it's doing anything specific. 4 hours still looking solid. So is the 12-man. Let's use our fib tool. Let's see, because never traded at these levels. Let's find out. Let's find out what the chart might suggest to us. So trading just shy of the measured move here at 1651. Just shy. Would not surprise me at all to see it move to 1651. My OCD just triggered and I need to make it perfect. There we go. There we are. The 268 extended measure move in 1958. That looks like a solid number. That lines up perfectly with 2000, likely to be a psychological resistance. Same as 1000, same as 02. Anything that ends in 0 or 5, people do tend to latch onto those values, and thus we create a self-fulfilling prophecy of psychological levels. Zooming out on this coin really shows you the picture. I'm sure this isn't all the chart history. There's almost certainly more. But there it is. Perfect. We look at back on the chart in August's high to September's low. We see that that measured move lines up virtually perfectly with what we just identified here at 16,150. Can I get this? There we go. The macro measured move lining up within 0.25% of the local measured move at 1651. So that is a solid technical play. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect this so soon. Maker making waves. Let's look at it in Bitcoin pair. I'm not sure that I've even ever done that. Virtually identical to its dollar pair, which is odd. Let's see. There we go. That's what I wanted. This is Binance. This is Binance's chart, so also might not be the complete history. To be honest, I'm not sure where has the complete history. I'm not that concerned. Let's look at where we are in the retracement. This is a dangerous level, right at the 618. Though, in Maker's favor, for the last, geez, who knows how many weeks, lots of weeks. For the last 12 weeks has sold off rather consistently, and why that is a good thing is because it's unlikely to have created really any significant resistance for this way back up. Really, the only thing we see on the weekly here for Maker Bitcoin pair is 0.435, and we can spot that back here in September, where it was acted as support and broke through late October. And so logically we expect, or we can infer, that there is a high probability of resistance there. This may be our Maker Bitcoin target. I don't think I've ever looked at this chart before, so I'm learning as I go through this with you guys. We see that not only is that the significant price level here on the daily and the weekly that we just looked at, but we see it acting as support on the daily, not once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. And that lines up exactly. This is why it really caught my attention when I just looked at it right now for the first time, is we see that that lines up perfectly, literally overlapping with the 786 retrace from our September high to our recent low there. That coincidence is not a coincidence to me. That is the charts being charts. Being charty. Ideally, would like to see Maker Bitcoin pair close above 0.361. I'd like to see that today. 613. If we can have that close, then we may have our sights set on that 0.435 for another 20-25% gain against Bitcoin. That's where the compounding returns come from. This is why we always preach, stop thinking about things in dollars, start thinking about them in percents and in value against Bitcoin. Because right now, everything, numbers going up on everything. But if it's losing value in Bitcoin pair, like we're looking at, where did this go? If it's losing value against Bitcoin, it may be still going up in dollar value, but it's essentially you're thinking you're winning while you're actually losing. Having just sat in Bitcoin, you would have been better off. And now we're seeing finally the reverse of that, with these alts retracing some of their losses, outpacing Bitcoin. So we can pretty much say that since the 2nd of January, Maker has outpaced Bitcoin in gains, and we can go look at that on the dollar chart, and it'll be there. It'll be there. Little mini lesson. Since the 2nd, I mean, that's pretty easy to just visualize here, as the 2nd is when this took off and went 174%. Bitcoin, I actually don't know what percent it's gone since January 2nd, because life has been ridiculous in Bitcoin land. But certainly not 170%. Yep, as you can see, only 45% since the 2nd. In 6 days, only 45%. That sounds wrong to even say. Because that's ridiculous for anyone out there wondering why. That's an insane percent. There's a little mini lesson on Bitcoin pairs. I am going to be creating a video on Bitcoin pairs specifically here soon. It's a question I keep getting asked over and over and over again. And I need to record that and put that in words for the whole internet's to take advantage of, I don't know, whatever, to learn from. Let's see what else is moving today. BSV, so this is not a coin, not a coin that I like at all. You can see I don't even have a chart for it. We'll have to make one. Bitcoin, BSV, I refuse to call it anything other than BSV. BSV though having quite the day. Quite the day. Let's pop this on with, what exchange do we want to use? Wow. Not really supported by many. I guess we'll use Bitfinex. There we go. Bitfinex will have to do. And we're not just going to look at it in dollar pairs. I'm going to slowly convert you all into Bitcoin pair thinkers. Slowly. You'll see the value over time. Pretty much similar to what we saw on Maker. We saw a long period of BSV losing value against Bitcoin. This does look as if it, well, roughly since it started, but more specifically, since January of 2020, so just about a year, we've seen it trend down 90% over the course of roughly just a year, 365 days. And it does seem to be looking to retrace. This is, going back, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but whatever. Gotta repeat yourself sometimes. Why we've been watching Bitcoin dominance so closely is for these events. Bitcoin ebbs and flows with the rest of the market. Bitcoin dominance shows us who's winning, who's inching up, who's slowly reclaiming some of that market cap faster than Bitcoin when Bitcoin dominance moves down. And when that happens, we expect these pairs to bounce. I guess it is possible for any pair to just kind of continue down forever. I don't know. I've never seen it. I don't really believe that that's possible, but I suppose it is. Virtually everything that goes up comes down, and virtually everything that goes down comes up. And so we've been waiting and watching, try to snipe some of these lows. Certainly, I've never made posts about BSV. Probably never will. But for the reason, or the intent or the purpose of when they do bounce in Bitcoin pair, if we have entered these alt pairs and they retrace even half of to their all-time highs, we can see from the bottoms they're at currently, that can spell huge Bitcoin gains. So if BSV retraces to the high of the 618 high of early January 2020, that'd be a 300% gain. This is not an endorsement of BSV in any way. This is true of altcoins. It just happens to be the one I'm looking at. So what this means is if you were to purchase one Bitcoin worth of BSV at this low yesterday and the day before, and it retraced to its 618, just 618, not even returning to its highs, just the golden retrace, and you were to sell that BSV at this 618, yep, 300%, you would then have, wait a second, am I getting confused with 100% again? Let's see what trading view. Okay, so 100% would be double, triple, quadruple. So I guess that would actually mean if you were to sell, having bought yesterday, and this is again hypothetical, not even saying it's going here, but this is just so you can understand Bitcoin pairs better. If you were to have bought one Bitcoin then and sold it here at the 618 retrace, it would then be worth 4 Bitcoin. So you would have added +3 Bitcoin just by that trade, not using leverage, not paying maintenance fees, just simply having patience. I'm certainly not predicting that for BSV. I haven't even looked at the chart. I got sidetracked with the Bitcoin pair explanation. Hopefully people are getting something out of it, because days like today are the reason that we watch these pairs so closely. Now let me actually do some freaking TA on it instead of talking about it. Yeah, it does look like this is probably right at a historical support and is being tested as resistance. We can see these low wicks back in 2019 with just a slightly higher low lining up what I assume is very well with price. Yep. So unfortunately, BSV is likely to find resistance here at 0073 to 0076, but a close above this level, close above that level, that does set you up for these higher targets. That does look a little nasty though. These look like they're going to be hard to tangle with. But we'll see. I don't think that BSV is a specifically liquid market, so could be pushed up. Wow, this is a weird chart. The heck am I even looking at? What am I even looking at with this? This is just looks like gibberish. Certainly coming off of strong support. In fact, we're going to make this really thick. Coming off of strong support at $153 and trading all the way up to $325 today with 57 minutes left in the day. That's a strong move. Maybe, I believe, one of the highest movers in the market today, percent-wise, with an all-time high of $458. And just throwing on some... There we go, monthly resistance. We found it. We found it. There we go. Alright, so the most important value here, currently being traded above $272 BSV. That is the last monthly resistance, and we are trading above it. $281 currently. This would be a nice close. This would be a nice close for BSV today, above 272. What would be more important is closing the monthly above here, and that's still quite a few days away. But man, as much as I don't like this coin, this is some strong support. This is some strong support here at $153. That would be, in my opinion, unlikely to break. It would take a lot of selling pressure to break through that floor. Indicators. You're okay locally. You have a high in price and a high in RSI, higher than in August, so you're good. There's no issues with January's high, as that was a higher high in price with a higher high in RSI. So there's no real divergence to be seen. MACD looks like took too much Viagra here with this daily candle. Blasting off. Just want to kind of look at the weekly. Same odds setup. Not gonna lie. This is a lot of coins look very similar in crypto, and this is one that does kind of dances, drums to its own beat. That's what they say. Drums to its own beat. Aha, we looked at this with Loopring recently. And before that, we actually saw it on Bitcoin Cash. But we see the 200, the 100, and the 50 moving averages coiled up, all bundled together. And as we say on this channel, when we get that, typically suggests that a strong volatile move is coming. Obviously, this one's in hindsight, but we can see here the 200, the 50, the 20, and the 100 all very tightly packed together, within 5% of each other. Pretty monstrous. Pretty monstrous. Daily, is there any kind of daily support here? Yeah, we can have a daily support here. There we are. We do have a daily support below 272. We have daily support just about 250, also a psychological level. So if we do see selling in Bitcoin or BCH, I would look to 272 and 250 for possible bounces, re-entries. What else do we got on the slate here? When everything's moving, it's like hard to pick one, you know what I mean? Bitcoin just coiling and coiling and coiling. Everything holding its breath in anticipation. Could be seeing on the 15-minute right now, we could be seeing in these last two candles bullish divergence begin to paint between these two lows of today. And we can see this on MACD as we have a low followed by a higher low and a low followed by a lower low on our MACD. This can be invalidated if price is sold off beneath the first low, which would be a 40,166. Does RSI agree? RSI also agrees. Cool. So RSI is showing the same thing as MACD. They do not always agree, but we see a low and a lower low on RSI and a low and lower low on MACD. This is the 15 minutes, so don't get your moon boots on quite yet, but this is a good start. It's a solid start. Let's see what else is moving. SNX. Ooh, it looks like, did SNX hit our target? We need to pay someone. There it is. We need to pay someone to go through and watch all of our videos and make a highlight reel of all of the calls that we've made. Put them all together into a highlight reel. Someone do it. SNX double dipping for us here. Not just once, but twice. Same trade setup. Same trade setup. We did not catch this one in real time, unfortunately. But afterwards, you know, this was the same logic we had used for these previous ones. And so logically, if we woof.
Hi Tom, appreciate your content. Can you take a look at audio, BTC?
Yo, Voicer. Voicer, what's up, my man? You were here early. You were with the early crew. The secret crew. Audio BTC. I'm gonna go ahead and say I've never heard of it. So we're gonna have to make our own chart. I do want to finish up with
LTC, please. Chancellor of the dark charts, fire alarm clock, fire alarm clock, fire alarm clock.
Fire alarm clock. What's up, Tom G? Thank you, brother. Yeah, we'll look at Litecoin again. Actually, we didn't really give it that good of a go this time because it wasn't as exciting. Let me finish up here with SNX. SNX has had many great calls on stream live here. Essentially just trading from support to measured move. And it's worked for us over and over and over again. There were 2 trades that did not fill. That's okay. They didn't fill. But every trade that's filled on SNX so far has closed in profit that we've pegged on stream. And in fact, this one twice. We didn't catch the first iteration live, but it logically would have been what we would have done live. And so I placed it again, a separate one. And SNX was nice enough to come back and hit it again. So this same trade closed twice. Closed twice at the same level with the same take profit target. But a 4-hour first sign of rolling over here as it breaks through 1362, our measured move target. A close on the daily, SNX above 1362. And now you're looking at our 1595, potentially 1761 targets. daily momentum popping out of nowhere. We've seen this across many coins where we had daily momentum slowing down, waning, and then all of a sudden today, boom, just blasting up with these surprise candles. It's excellent. All right, audio BTC for my boy Voicer. I don't know this coin, but we'll look at it anyway. Let's see. Whale alert. 100 million USDT transferred from Tether Treasury to unknown wallet. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Whale alert, for that helpful information. Let's just eye out our logical price points. Typically, I don't consider these first candles as valid. Typically I don't, but I'm just going to place it there anyway. Just for everyone's learning experience. I don't, usually when you have these strange giant up or down first candles, I kind of just ignore them. I can attribute it to just exchange illiquidity when they're listed. Oof. It's like you broke below that daily support, so you better, and I don't know, I haven't looked yet, but you better be painting bullish divergence there. Audio BTC, better be. It's gonna work. There we go. And you are. And you are. Or are you? Just shy. Just shy. Alright, what I'm looking at is this. We are seeing price. Lower lows in price since December. And on RSI here, this is technically a lower low on RSI. That's unfortunate. If it was a higher low, this would be a much clearer bullish divergence. However, I will say these are close enough. These are close enough to equal that we can consider this a weak bullish divergence with a double bottom on RSI, Class C bullish divergence. Ooh, that 100 million tether moved somewhere to another unknown wallet. Thank you, Whale alerts. This would be considered a weak bullish divergence, but is still considered reversal divergence and is still considered bullish. And what actually sells that home for me here is the daily MACD. Daily MACD. We see that it had spent dozens of days waning off the selling momentum. And today, Groundhog saw its shadow and peaked back to buying momentum. Now what's going to be important here is the close, as always. But we do not want to see this beautiful bullish candle on the histogram disappear. So let's see if we have any evidence of that on smaller time frames. Daily 20 overlapping with 571. Man, this is going to be, it's going to be a rough resistance. With that daily 20 there, that is going to be rough. Something doesn't feel right about that. Let's try it. Nope. I think we need to zoom in or zoom out. Maybe let's zoom out quick. Nothing except weekly resistance there. Okay. So zooming in it is. So let's say like that 12-hour. Battling with the 20 as expected, I would say. Still gaining bullish momentum, but it is a little choppy. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 RSI lows, 1, 2, 3. So 12 hour is coming off bullish divergence. That's good. It's good that that's reflecting there. 20. Just battling, man. These moving averages are oppressive. Oppressive right now in audio BTC. When we zoom into the 4 hour, we do see something pretty interesting. we see on the 4-hour a series. This is this could be potentially very bullish. We have a series of very tightly coiled lower lows while RSI comes up. So that is bullish divergence. That is on the 4-hour. That does have potential. It has bullish potential. However, my only concern would be 571 sats is not that far away from price. 22% move, that's actually not that bad. Is likely, though, to prove as pretty tough resistance. So even if that 4-hour bullish divergence plays out, that's pretty much where I would be targeting. Grade 2, that'd be pretty weak. Right around 618. Well, there we go. There's our upside target, 571 sats as resistance. And unfortunately, having really never traded below this level, we don't have much to go on as to what could be support below. Yes, we can take what I said I typically consider not valid, that first candle, down at 150 sats. That's a pretty rough drop. I don't think that's super likely. We also have our measured move to the downside at 225, possibly support, but man, it's a little bit of a knife. There's no clear-cut resistance here. The bullish divergence is not very strong. We do have a smaller time frame bullish divergence, but that may only play out to this resistance. So fingers crossed for you, my friend Voice. I appreciate your donation, my friend, and I wish you the best here with your audio. Like with everything, it's, in my opinion, just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. If it hasn't begun retracing its Bitcoin pair yet, it will eventually. And there is some good news, is if you do manage to break that 571, your next target is a lot more enjoyable. Up at 919 sats, that would be a 2x virtually. Very close to a 2x, if you're able to close above that level. I don't care. Whale alert. I wish it wouldn't send me alerts about USDT. I don't care. There you go. Let's save that bad boy. Mr. Tom G. Mr. Tom G. How you doing, brother? Looking at Litecoin. Looking at Litecoin. It's a spicy RSI. Spicy RSI. On the daily, does look a little, showing a little weakness on the daily MACD, but definitely not on the candles. So let's actually step back, because I know we have plenty of chart history. Having closed December above 122, really of the same opinion as I was every day after that. 227 is the next target, next resistance on the monthly to the upside, with the possibility of 200 being a hurdle as well. That is also shown on the monthly. In my opinion, not likely to act as strongly, but it does overlap with that psychological 200. And so would not surprise me to see price at least stall there. On the monthly, 3 months now of momentum increasing. Excellent. You have a new high in price, and you have new highs on MACD and on RSI, so we don't have any issues with our highs. That is a good sign on the monthly. Weekly. This is where it's spicy. Like, breaking out of this giant symmetrical triangle sets you up. It just sets you up. You know what? This new thumbnail, shout out to the creator. Great guy. He didn't want any credit, but shout out to him. He knows who he is. In the spirit of predictions for 2021, let's look at Litecoin's macro measured move. This is what everyone wants to look at, right? Maybe I should just start making videos about this, just throwing on fib extensions and then saying, this is my target for the bull run for each coin. I don't know. Measured move from December 4th's high to December 4th, 2017 to December 3rd, 2018. The measured move from that high to low, 7,956. And this is just the two. This is just the 2 fib extension. I'm not going to get people too riled up with these higher ones, but that is not impossible. This is not impossible. Maybe not the most probable, but it's not impossible. Let's check out these smaller ones, or these more local measured moves, see if anything lines up. More locally, we see 852. Now we're more back in the realm of numbers we're okay with today without going bananas hearing them. Not trying to get anyone to FOMO. I was actually literally just making fun of myself because I could do this with any coin and produce some ridiculous numbers, and that's why I quickly decided to take these more local ones. Nice. Good, good. Let's see where we at the most local. Where are we at? 200. Wow. So very, very high probability of that 200 here. We see the most local measured move lining up at 201. Our monthly potential resistance / psychological level at 202. Too close to be a coincidence. That is my upside target. At this point, the weekly has not shown weakness. The weekly weakness hasn't been shown. RSI 88, but continues to climb higher, and we see these moving averages struggling to catch up. I'm not too concerned by that daily momentum waning. And we just had a very clean test of our target of 122 as resistance. Rejected, broke, and then a very clean again back test. 3-4 days back testing 122 before moving higher. That is worthy of making this a thicker line, designating potentially stronger support. Let's zoom it in. Zoom it into the 4-hour. Ooh, okay. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, which I'm not, my eye is still on. Here we are. Litecoin on the 4-hour looking remarkably similar to Ethereum. Whoa. Christopher Brignola, welcome. You are the chosen one of YouTube subscribers. Literally, you're the only one that it's notified me of. Thank you for following, my friend, and it's great to have you. If it announces any more, then I'll shout those people out. I'm really bummed that that doesn't work right now. But welcome to the fam, brother. Thanks for subscribing. Litecoin on the 4-hour looking virtually identical to me, to Ethereum on the 4-hour. We see price riding that 20 moving average on the 4-hour. Same thing on Litecoin. Just riding. I'm looking for a move to the upside. I was actually shocked that we didn't get a new high here on Litecoin today. Could have sworn that we did with the way everything else is moving. See the 4-hour rolling over from selling, losing selling momentum. Is that the same as Ethereum was? Same as Ethereum. Same situation, though Ethereum's is actually larger. It's more exaggerated. I don't like this MACD. Let's go back to the other one. There we go. Yep, we can see that same thing, and we do have a lower low on our MACD with a higher low in price, so we have that same bullish divergence on MACD. And And we have RSI here as well. So I am looking for a move to the upside here. I assume it will follow suit as it rolls over on the 4-hour. Follow suit with Ethereum. And it's set up technically in the same setup. You know what's really interesting is now this is starting to remind me of what Bitcoin looks like. We see this lower high, higher low over and over and over again, creating everyone's favorite pattern. The triangle. Triangles have 3 sides. Fun fact. Litecoin's not as clean though. I will say it doesn't have that tight triangle. It doesn't have that tight triangle shape. This is more of an ascending channel, which unfortunately is not as bullish. Let's connect these highs, see what we get. See if anything stands out here. We do see the previous ascending high trend line potentially holding us support here on these candles and the 20 moving average lining up with it. All right. 4 hours rolling over. Man. Let's look at the Bitcoin pair. I can't find anything else there, so. Same as earlier, we're looking for a close today above the 100 daily on Litecoin Bitcoin pair. That's at 004322. And that will set us up for what looks very identical to price action back here. On the 2nd and 3rd of January, we see Litecoin Bitcoin pair struggling with the 100-day moving average and then blowing past it. Higher lows. This is a very similar technical setup as well. Those arrows were terrible. I need to get rid of some of this this noise. There we go. And this ugly MACD. God, I hate that MACD. Hate that MACD.
Ha, you're the man. Best dollar I ever spent.
Holy moly, Mr. Crypto Waz, dude. Holy moly. Just stepping in here and just dropping the mic, I see. Thank you so much, dude. That is insanely generous donation of you. For other people who might not know what's going on, Crypto Waz, long ago, he's been around, said every $1,000 Bitcoin goes up, he was going to tip me $50. And at the time, it didn't seem so crazy. So I assume that was the backlog. I'm not keeping track, by the way. I'm not keeping track, my friend, so totally up to you. But I appreciate you so much. Thank you. It's a humbling donation, man. You're awesome. You are awesome. You should stick around more. Stick around during the streams more. I feel like I never see you. Just popping in to drop the mic on everybody. Wow. A little blown away right now. It's one of the largest single donations ever in this channel. I lost my space. Lost my train of thought there. It's okay, it's worth it. Litecoin on the weekly actually doesn't look that good. Not gonna lie. I love Litecoin, but this doesn't look superb. It does have a day and an hour to go, but we see that the weekly is struggling not only with the 0.04875 level, but also we have the 50 weekly moving average quickly clamping down on price, acting as resistance as well. Fortunately, we do have some support underneath us. This is actually a really hard to call chart. 100% sure there'll be more where that came from. The Crypto Waz dude. Yes, bless you. Bless you, brother. Gracias. You're playing catch up. You're the man. I've gone down the Litecoin hole, the Litecoin rabbit hole. Also, quick beard update. Beard continues to get itchier and itchier. At what point does this stop itching? Looking for feedback. Though, thankfully for Litecoin, yes, it does have this rather intimidating resistance above it. It also has a pretty intimidatingly strong support below it, and we can see this. This is on the weekly, guys. This has traded back and forth from the support to that resistance once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times on the weekly scale, which means likely it actually has happened more than 5 times. But between 00435 and 00427 and 00487. It's a 13% up, 12% down gain back and forth. That's actually pretty ridiculous. This is why Litecoin, though, likely feels stagnant to some, is that it's been in this range-bound area for such a long time. However, important note, because we're doing some learning today on Bitcoin pair, and in that spirit, moving sideways in Bitcoin pair is not bad. It's actually arguably very good. Arguably very good. So you may be confused. Hopefully I don't make this confusing. But if an altcoin paired with Bitcoin trades exactly sideways, that means one thing. It means that it has matched Bitcoin. It has matched Bitcoin's moves, meaning it's keeping up with Bitcoin. So let's remove that chart and make this is the new chart.
Your beard will stop itching when Crow goes to $5.
So you're saying it's gonna itch forever? Ultra Chaos Steve? Why would you doom me to that on this plan, dude? Ooh, we got some good beard feedback. Beard oil. Thank you, Daniel Davis. I have been putting stuff in it, but it doesn't seem to be working. AB Lopez, scrub it in the shower. I have been hard. I actually have like an exfoliating, almost feels like a plastic bag. Like a woven plastic bag, and I rub it. Hasn't stopped. Beard will stop itching around half an inch or more. Yeah, I'm only at like a 1/4 inch. Facial hair facts. Facial hair facts. Ultra Chaos Steve has doomed me to a life of itchy beard. I'll live with it. So this is our hypothetical scenario. This is our new chart. And let's actually make it more flat. There we go. So let's say this is our altcoin Bitcoin chart. And it's just a flat line. That might seem bad, but what that's saying is that it's literally matching Bitcoin 100% in price movement. It is not gaining more nor losing more than Bitcoin. So in Bitcoin pairs, traveling sideways is not bad. It can potentially be bad as it could set you up for a momentum leg, but by itself, it is not a negative. And in a market where we've seen Bitcoin dominance just explode from September until, it's still going on in January now. Under these conditions of dominance expansion, moving sideways is actually probably the best thing alts can hope for. Not many have done that. Almost every coin we've looked at today looks like this. There's been a year or so of lower highs and its Bitcoin pair moving down, 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 down. So sideways is not really bad. So there's a little additional Bitcoin pair learning. I don't know, learning today. We'll get off Litecoin. I've talked about it a lot. I always talk about Litecoin. Litecoin is coming off some solid 4-hour bullish divergence, though. It's hard to argue. You have a lower low in RSI and MACD with a higher low in price here. I mean, is it really even like a call if I say it's going to go back up here? It's already done that the last like 5 weeklies. Yeah, either way. Either way. All right, let's move it on. Bitcoin, have you done anything? Nope, you haven't done anything, but what you have done is you have not messed up our bullish divergence on the 15-minute here. You haven't done anything. You're just letting alts steal the show. I see how it is. Yes, alright. Let's see, we talked about... yeah, all of the ones in the title. Hmm. 300 watching. It's odd. That's really low for us. I wonder what's going on. I guess Bitcoin isn't moving. Maybe people are bored, but I figured people would be more amped by the altcoins making moves. I guess not. I don't know. Either way, thank you all, 200, 300 of you guys that are here. You guys are the best. I guess screw everybody else. We don't need them. They can just miss out. They can just miss out on it. Oh my goodness, someone just said, R.I.P. Joe Rogan. Don't you bring that evil. You bring that evil in here. Joe Rogan better be okay. Yeah, screw everybody else who isn't here. If you are here, make sure you're in Discord though. Make sure you've hit the like button for this stream, and make sure you're subscribed. You are here. Prove it by doing those few things. My computer is going so slow. Oh.
ICXBTC.
CXBTC. Julius J. Julius J. Welcome. I don't know if I've seen your name here before, but it's good to have you, man. Thank you for the donation, and we absolutely will take a look at the ICX. This chart has not been opened many a months, so let's see what I was thinking back then. Don't know what I was thinking back then. Guess I was looking for a cup. That's probably what I was looking for. Didn't get it, broke the trend line. You know what? This is old enough. I'm just going to start it over. Let's reboot. Let's reboot the format here. Let's throw back on our indicators. There we are. There we are. And let's flip it out quick. See if we can't eye up some important price points. And of course we can. 1, 2. There we go. 3 and 4. All right. Nice. And we also do have a monthly support below us. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Okay. Monthly is not showing us much because it doesn't have much chart data. Weekly rolling over on MACD. This is many, many weeks of selling. Does not look like it's quite ready to flip over. Still looks like maybe it has a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks to just continue that smooth curve. However, though, we have seen actually today alts with this setup that out of nowhere just have a bullish candle pop up. So that is still possible. We have a very low swing low on MACD. On the weekly, very low. With the lowest point in price. That makes sense. Nothing really interesting there on MACD, but RSI telling an interesting story. We see a swing low back in December of 2019 versus here, today. Today's swing low actually lower than 2019's, yet RSI is a higher low. So that is bullish divergence on the weekly RSI. That's a good sign. That is a very good sign. Zoom it on into the daily. To the daily. Absolutely sporting bullish divergence here as well on the daily. We see a consecutive series of lower lows in price. Start here. And higher lows on RSI. We see farther back the lowest point in RSI on the daily actually all the way back here, November 2018. So virtually guaranteed to have bullish divergence in at any point on the daily. This local bullish divergence here to me is more compelling than that. We see very tight 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 touches with lower lows. Could be suggesting it's looking for a bounce here. Would not surprise me. Even more locally, just between these two lows, you have a divergence as well. I'm not going to clutter up the chart with that. That does look rather nice. This song's chillin'. Dark place. Alright, daily's right at resistance. Looking for a daily close in ICX BTC above 1710. It's traded above that today. It sold off below that today with 16 minutes left. Oh, that came by fast. I'd like to see that close. That close would make me confident that it was looking for a move to the upside. Where that move would be. On the daily, we can see some resistance, which would line up with psychological 2000 sats. Lines up with the 50 moving average as well on the daily. Daily MACD's is a little choppy. It's not a big deal. 4 hour looks bullish. MACD, bullish divergence, but not on our size. They're not in agreement. That's not a big deal. You do see the 200 moving average on the 4 hour acting as resistance again. Probably going to be the hurdle. That's right at our 1760. You know, I like what's going on here, but I'm not sold. Not sold yet. Really want to see that daily close above 1710. You have a strong support if you don't have a position in ICX BTC. You have a strong support at 1560.
Would you be able to do my beloved XRP GBP after ICX?
Mr. Bojack Horseman. For you, buddy, of course. Of course. Thank you for the 5 phones. I appreciate it. And we can look at XRP GBP. Look at that. Just a second here. ICX, man, tight close. I really want to see it above 1710. I want to see it enough that I'm going to set an alert. Done. but I can't. There's just no edge here. We have some bullish divergence on the daily, but does that play out yet? We don't know. I like this formation. I like this pattern going on, but there is still the risk. There's still the risk of this being painted. And I don't like that. That looks very similar to many of these momentum legs that we've seen on the way down. But the longer time frames are looking good. Like I said, the weekly, the daily, they are looking good. It's just really when are they going to play out? We don't know. If ICX breaks its low here, 1250, if we do see this breached and it explores lower, which is not, I don't believe that's the probable move, but if it does happen, it's always good to have a plan. We may see or may look to the measured move at 1050 sats. So I believe the edge here is bullish, but I can't pinpoint when this is going to play out, if it's going to be soon or not. So I can't, there's really, if I had to pick an edge, it's bullish. But here's both scenarios. You know, we can look up and down, I guess. And it's flirting with that line. So you know what? I'm just going to reserve any comment until we see that close. 13 minutes, there's no point to rush it. Let's see. How am I going to go about this? Make a copy. XRP GBP. GBP for Mr. Bojack Horseman. It's a good show, by the way. I like that show. Bitstamp. Bitstamp. Thought I would have more history than that. Okay. Now let's go with, we're going to go with Binance. Or Kraken. There we go, Kraken. Kraken has a little more history. Okay. Yeah, this does not look like a super liquid pair, and the reason I say that, that's not like a comment on good or bad. Reason I say that is these candle closes and opens consistently far apart, which can be a symptom of low liquidity. We're okay for now, right? Yeah. At the 0.5. This is spicy. You have support from the weekly or monthly, one of the two, because these were monthly or weekly supports. Chillin' at 21.3 to 23.2 cents. We can see that price has tested these levels. Yesterday testing 21.3, today testing 23.2. And what catches my eye here is the 200 daily moving average right below support.
If you wear rose-colored glasses, red flags look like flags. Can you hit my veins with some of that updated IOTA analysis? Where you think it goes next?
Mr. Harry Wilson. Thank you, brother. Yes, of course. The announcement voice is the tone today. I don't know, something about it is getting me. It's like pausing during its speeches at weird times. It's throwing me off. Yeah, we can take a look at that IOTA. I'll pull it up for you after we're done with XRP, GBPs. I like saying that. I do like here, like I was saying, 200 daily overlapping with support, likely to add strength to it as we are closing candles above it. Does seem that we're running into resistance at the 100 daily moving average, but not really discouraging of price. We're seeing buying momentum continue to gain traction. And we do have bullish divergence on the RSI. Daily. Bullish divergence between our lows here. It is subtle, but it is there. No divergence on MACD. There we go. Alright. This is spicy. Spade's a spade. This is spicy. 4 hour coming off bullish divergence on the lows that we just pointed out on the daily. MACD also locally with that same sweet, sweet divergence. See that on the MACD here. Looking for the 4 hour to roll over. And this is what just caught my eye and makes me interested in what's going to happen here. This is an interesting setup. This is an interesting setup. So we have the 100 moving average just started curling up, and we have the 50 that was looking to cross it, what appears before it was going to curl up. This is an interesting setup you do not see very often. Wow, that is spicy. Actually, kind of curious what happens. Kind of curious there. That is not a bad sign. This is different, man. I kind of feel bullish on that 4 hour. That is wild. Either way, we can say this. If 21.3 cents breaks, things are not looking too good. At the moment, doesn't look like that's in the cards. If you close below 23.2, you're looking for that 21.3. 4 hour looks surprisingly bullish, so I'm interested. I'm interested to see what happens with this, to be honest. I don't think I've ever said that before. Measured move would take it to 36 pence. Is it pence or did I just make that up? We can see that that 36 pence is also previously support, now likely to be resistance. That would be my upside target. As in addition to this 200 4-hour moving average, wherever that lines up, whenever price strikes it. Spicy chart, man. Spicy chart. Thank you again, Mr. Bojack Horseman. Thank you again, my friend. IOTA, looks like we might have caught the bottom on that stream. Or wait, no. When did we look at this last? I don't remember. IOTA Bitcoin pair, though. Looking all right, looking solid. Unfortunately, a little bit of that same ICX thing is I like this, but then you run the risk of painting that flag. You run the risk. Isn't actually there yet. What you'd want to see, well no, what you wouldn't want to see is a higher high, followed by a higher low, followed by a higher high. That's probably what you wouldn't want to see on this ICX Bitcoin pair. You're not there yet. But it's just on my mind whenever I start seeing these kind of little shelves building here. Little shelf there. Let's see what the day shows though. Surprise momentum candle following suit with the rest of the market. Higher low, not surprising, no divergence there. With 3 minutes left to go, IOTA Bitcoin looks to be having a solid daily close. I'd like to see it close higher than the 4th and the 5th. So that's 1,074 sats. It's currently 1,085. Let's take a look at the dollar-do. Dollar-do pair. Was all the retracement she had. Didn't retrace more. It's pretty darn close to the measured move, though. Still think 50 cents is in the cards for this guy. 50 cents is too sweet not to hit. It's just too sweet. This is looking to be the highest daily close on IOTA in a year plus. Momentum's still moving up on the daily. RSI needs to push up higher. So to me, that means you either need to, I don't even think 50 cents would do it. I think this $1.75 is what it really would need to push this RSI up high enough and eliminate any threat of bearish divergence on the daily. So let's see where our moving averages are. Did our 100, 200 cross? Yes, it did. Finally got this bullish cross. 100, 200 on the daily, not something that happens often. Support. I'm pretty confident in the 50 cent test. Pretty confident in that. Let's check. It's 382. That's what it retraced last time. Okay. Right at a previous resistance, so this could be a test of support. 4232. Where does that take us? Nowhere special. Yeah. IOTA's looking good, man. Good call on your IOTAs. I think it had that powerful, did it have that powerful daily setup? I did 200, 100. With the nice Trace Tito bottom. Looking for a close over this trend line. That's 41.62. That's looking all but guaranteed. Yeah, man. I think edges with the bulls here to 50 cents at least. The issue is I don't know if 50 cents is enough. I think you really actually have to push higher. Really have to push higher to extend out that RSI. Ah, it's the weekly. The weekly. So you want to see the weekly close above 42.32. 42.32 cents. That's what we're looking for. I see. But it's looking good. I mean, if you flip the chart, take all the noise off, like, you would likely be bearish on this chart, right? Well, it's inverted. So that means you're bullish on it. And this is a macro inverse head and shoulders painting. Eventually. Likely to be totally confirmed at that 50 cent break. Alright, the daily just closed on Bitcoin, and what do we have? We have a waning momentum candle. We have a waning momentum candle on the daily. Let's do a quick recap here. This is looking on the 12-hour, looking like it's flagging out. Looks like back here. 12-hour with that bearish divergence on the high still and waning momentum. This is a funky pattern. It's a funky pattern. Where did my chart from today go? Here we are. There it is. Four-hour close, not ideally. We were eyeing that 40,500. Looks like did not keep it. However, still not made any lower lows. This is still just a series of high, low. I guess it does have a higher high, but higher low, higher low, higher low. Really just kind of looks like everything else. Yeah, bullish divergence. Did that transfer out to the 1 hour? Looks like it could have. Because we had it on the 15-minute.
Well, if you're wondering what's happened,
If we don't.
the computer that we have running our news from time to time took off.
This is some sideways. Ways to the side. Ways to the side. No, it still looks. Yeah, people join. Did people join the Discord this episode? Did they? You, very low. Yeah, today's viewership has been low. Only 300. I don't know. Whatever, you guys are the best. Don't care. These people aren't hyped for alts. That's okay. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, please do. Link is pinned in the chat at the top. If you have not subscribed yet, we're happy to have you. We're only 8 subscribers away from 17.1 thousand. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Well, if you're wondering what's happened, so am I.
She bent down. Just not getting anything here. Matthew Miller, did Bitcoin put a double top? No. No double top. Market did even have double topped. And my dog is growling. What's the matter, bum? I won't come in here. She doesn't like being on camera, I guess. She knows what I'll do. Well, actually, I gotta... One sec. Dog needs my attention. Let's see if Bitcoin does anything interesting.
Could we go back in time for a bit and take a second to look at Ethereum Classic?
Thank you, Ninja Tom. Stepping in. Deactivate. Let's see. PSU UG. Sugug. What's up, brother? You go back in time. Take a second look at Ethereum Classic. Well, it would be the first look. It would be the first look in quite some time. This chart has not been opened in many a moon. We can look at that for you. Ethereum Classic finally making moves, actually. Finally. 4-hour momentum still building. You have $8.60 as $8.66 as a significant resistance above you. Does look like the daily came just shy of closing above the descending high trend line, which is not ideal. Not ideal. Your moving averages on the daily look good. Momentum is a little odd, but at least it's still increasing, closed increasing. Weekly's looking strong. There we go. There we go. You don't have a significant weekly resistance above you. Quite some time. $8.66 looking rather likely on this ETC. Is your monthly resistance up there? It's definitely threatening. But luckily you may have a monthly support below you at $7.40. Let's see how that has interacted with price. Of course, then it just vanishes. Okay. Okay. And it says that it should be there. I'm so confused. Okay. There we go. Now it's just trolling me. Gotcha. Why are there two of them? Either way, maybe it's a zone. Yeah, $8.66 looks like the edge, man. That it looks like it's hungry. Decent close. Back on my radar, ETC. Back on my radar. You break and close above $8.66, you're heading for $11.33. Nothing wrong with that. Moving averages look solid. Bullish divergence on MACD, bullish divergence on RSI, very likely for the 4-hour. So far, so good. If have the 3 candle setup here on the 4 hour. However, what you're watching for is in this 4 hour candle, if it sells off below $7.89, it is in trouble. It's likely a 3 candle fake out then. But I don't think that's probable. I think that it is gunning. I think it's gunning for that 866. Spicy. I haven't looked at ETC in quite some time, so it's nice to take a trip down memory lane. Yeah. Good luck, ETC. Thank you for your donation, PSU, UG. Very appreciated. We're wrapping it up here. Food is ready. Dog is annoyed that I have been away all day. I'm just not sure where I'm so confused as to this double top talk. Where on what time, like on no time frame is there a double top? Bitcoin is just coiling up, getting ready for a big move. Yeah. Oh man, we just got a spike of viewers. God, every time food's done, a bunch of people come. Well, it's good to have you guys. It's good to have you here, guys. Thanks for joining us. Probably got dumped from some other stream in here, but welcome home. Now you're home. We're live every day here, so make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're in Discord. Keep up with our daily live streams. The latest. And here we are with the bots. That's why there's all these new joining. Okay, the Turks are back, ladies and gentlemen. The Turks are back. You know, but these are really friendly Turks. 50K is coming. We kiss you and your family. Right back at you guys. Right back at you. Kisses for your family. Your families. Mods, wrenches, just don't even, I wouldn't even waste your time. Wouldn't even waste your time timing them out. It is amazing how bogged up my YouTube gets when this happens. Oh, and don't even bother, just let it go. That's a perfect point. Perfect stopping point. I can't read the chat. Perfect kind of wrapping it up point. Bitcoin lagging out. Symmetrical triangle of some kind. Waiting on some kind of lower low or higher high to give us any kind of edge. At this point it's looking very symmetrical to me. Don't see anything notable. Really no shorter time frame divergences that we've been catching lately that have been hitting very strongly, actually, hitting consistently. I'm not seeing anything at this moment. The 4 hour has some work to do. It's still losing momentum. Still gaining selling momentum, as the 12 hour is still losing buying momentum. And yesterday we closed our first bullish momentum waning candle since the 4th. We also had one on the 1st. So what we're looking for today on Bitcoin is 40,665. We're looking for trading above. There. We do have support. Technically, kind of support. 40,257. Trading below there. Most likely to lead to a higher low. Most likely. If we break yesterday's low of 38.8, things start to look a little uglier, but all is not lost. All is not lost. So there's kind of actionable things. Really what you're looking for is either to a bullish engulf on this new daily, as the previous body close was very small. If you see a break of the open today at 42.5, likely to see a higher low. Not super exciting, to be honest. Looks like prices is likely to continue just tightening up here, and that may spell more love for our alt pairs. So yep, I'm gonna go eat. Love you guys. Thanks for being here. Make sure you're subscribed. We'll be back tomorrow. We're back every day. Make sure you're in Discord. Lots of educational resources in there. 24/7 live stream. There really isn't a chart from today to put on there, so, but there is always a chart being streamed. So come hang out, join us. Check out the Patreon. Always accepting new members on the Patreon. If you are looking to invest in yourself and become a self-sufficient trader, not relying on signal groups or some video to tell you what to do, Patreon might be for you. Also includes daily technical analysis, trade setup, macro market observation, publishes exclusive only to the patrons. Lots of value in the patron. Check it out. I'll catch you guys soon. Love you all. Love to the Turks. Kisses for you and your families. Have a great night.